Hey everyone, I am Jimmy the Stache.
And I'm the Boatman.
And today we are going to be talking about April Fools this past day or so ago, depending on when you're listening to this. And we've got some great stuff coming up, including our favorite April Fools pranks of 2014.
Now, you could be listening to this in 2015, in which case you can completely disregard the couple days ago comment.
But anyways, here we go when you're listening to
Boatman
and the Stache.
Now, first things first, I want to start off by saying we had a lot of stuff from Google this year. A lot of funny stuff from Google.
That's mainly due to the fact that Google owns everything, which I'm kind of okay with, but they own so many things.
Well, they own almost as much as Disney. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, they're the Disney of the technological world.
They really are. One thing that they did advertise is you've heard of Google Fiber, I know.
Yes.
But did you know that they can pump coffee into your house?
Yes, that was the new prank for this year from Google Fiber, was now the Google Fiber Jack or whatever that they install into your house, which apparently they do, now has an attachment for a nozzle so that you can have coffee sent directly to your house.
Or to your business, or to your enemy's house. It could be really, really cheap coffee.
Yes, it mentions that you can actually go online and choose your brew and have it sent to you at the push of a button.
Yeah, I'd like a non-fat mocha frappuccino with light whip, and yeah, I don't think they can pump out Starbucks drinks. It'd be awesome if they could, but they can't.
They're Google. They can do whatever the heck they want.
Yeah, this is true. And Google's not the only one getting in on the fun. We do have a few different pranks that we're talking about, one of which is Mojang got overrun by Element Animation's villagers.
Yes, so basically what happened here, I actually tried it for a few minutes during the day because Chris, a.k.a. the Water Boatman, showed it to me. And you can probably explain it better than I can.
Basically what happened is the villagers became sentient. Jeb was messing around with the mob AI, and yeah, basically Element Animation collaborated with Mojang to create these skins that were villagers. Basically, they transformed everyone's skin into a villager, and they transformed the resource pack, the default sounds for the resource pack, into the sounds from the Element Animation audio resource pack, which I actually have, which is kind of funny.
Yes, I noticed that, whenever you'd go and do things, it was very interesting because you would go to open a door and it'd just be like, open!
Yeah, and the pigs will often say, I am a pig.
And then it's like, the enemies will be like, I don't want to hurt you, JK.
Yeah, that can get a little bit obnoxious. I actually stopped using that except for the villagers themselves and the cows. I find incredibly hilarious.
Yeah, because I did notice, if you get near fire and things, it's like, fire, 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 fire. It's ridiculous.
It gets really annoying when you get to, water especially. Water makes sound constantly. And so they replaced it with the villagers saying water, and it's really annoying.
Yeah.
Moving on, we also... more Google. Who'd have thought?
Yes, there's going to be a lot of Google on this show.
There's going to be 3 subtopics that are all Google related. Google Docs Google Docs advertised an Auto Awesome button, and Jimmy can explain that a little bit better than I can. Considering I wasn't really on the internet all day tomorrow because I tried to avoid it. Tomorrow?
Yeah.
What?
Tomorrow? Wow.
Yes, because I live in the past.
Yeah. You should stop living in the past, man. That's not good.
It's not healthy, I know.
It's really not. So the Auto Awesome button. Basically what it was Google was teasing an Auto Awesome button in Google Documents, which is a popular replacement for Microsoft Office. And basically what they did was they have this Auto Awesome button for things like resumes, and what it would quote unquote do was you would put a resume, or you open up a resume and click the Auto Awesome button, and it would automatically make your resume look awesome. It would take what you like to do, and it would look at your interests, and it would say, oh, he likes to ski, so then all of a sudden it would be snowing on the page, and ridiculous things like that. And then they tease things like, well, let's just say your spirit animal is a Shiba Inu, and it had the Doge meme pop up where it was like, much learn, such want job. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was just funny. And then they did one for Pokemon. They had somebody's resume, and they clicked the Pokemon button, and all of a sudden it was like the Pokemon font, and everything was like super bright colors in like blue and yellow, and it was like, gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch all the jobs.
And on a small sub thing to that, they also advertised a translate for Google Chrome that would translate all text into emojis, so that you could actually get the true meaning of what's being said, because words are, you don't get as much emotion just out of text messages and text as you do actual speaking. So it was really kind of funny to see that, because they'd be like, we've been working so hard to figure out things like when you're trying to say that you're really excited about something and you're a cat.
Okay. Let's see here. What else? What else was a good one? Oh, YouTube's viral videos.
Yes, another Google one, because Google owns YouTube. So, YouTube's viral videos of 2014. Basically, the idea is YouTube is coming up with ridiculous memes to put on the internet, and they're absolutely ridiculous. Have you seen this one?
I actually haven't seen this. Like I said, I was trying to stay off the internet as much as possible yesterday, mostly because I don't like the internet on April Fool's Day. It's kind of obnoxious.
April Fool's, I'm pregnant.
Right. Are you pregnant with another beard?
Yes.
Oh,
it's my second beard baby. We're very proud.
Oh gosh. So, what were the sort of prank videos that they had come up with?
Okay, so the first one they came up with was clocking. And the idea of clocking is just like planking or anything else, except you're doing it in the form of a clock. And basically what you do is you stand in a crowded area and you hold up your hands in time positions as if you were a clock, and you do it in sync with the actual time. And so it's this ridiculous thing, and everybody's like, it's going to be the next biggest thing. It's going to be bigger than planking. It's the longer you do it, the cooler you are, and it's just absolutely ridiculous looking. It's on YouTube. You can actually look at the video, and it's got like time lapses of people doing the clocking. There was finish lining, where you run up in front of somebody with a finish line tape with somebody else, and as they walk through it, you cheer for them.
That's too good.
There was also, of course, how Gangnam Style was such a big hit about a couple of months ago. Probably like 5 months ago now.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It was such a big hit. So basically they made a joke about that, and they came up with a song called the Glub Glub Water Dance. And so basically it's this ridiculous music video, and like it's these foreign words, of course, because the words have to be foreign. It's foreign words, and it has a dance with it, and the dance is you're supposed to like kind of, there's no specific dance. It's kind of like the Harlem Shake, where you can do your own dance while somebody's pouring water on you and the song is playing. So It's kind of like Gangnam Style meets Harlem Shake.
And of course everyone knows Harlem Shake usually ends up, particularly in high school, like Weekend at Bernie's. Everyone does the Bernie.
Yes. And then there were quite a few other ones, including geology, apparently. Geology is going to be a meme in 2014.
Wow. Okay, so we're going to we're going to make bad luck geologist accidentally finds Jurassic Park. I don't know.
I guess I don't know. But then the final one was kissing your dad. And that one was just ridiculous. There was a funny one there, but most of it was just like, oh, really? It was just basically like, hi, I'm so and so, and I'm going to kiss my dad.
What?
Yeah, it was stupid. But it's videos of like people running up and kissing their dad. Purposely stupid videos. But you can check that on YouTube under, I think, YouTube's viral videos of 2014, and it's kind of funny.
Okay, so one last Google thing.
One last Google thing. Probably not probably. The best
They
Google
won
thing.
the internet. They won the internet, let's put it this way.
Yes.
Just to kind of give you the kind of backstory. Google now has a position that they're offering. Quote unquote position.
Yes.
Pokemon Master.
Pokemon Master.
So in other words, I'm overqualified for it, but anyway. Anyway, basically Pokemon, I guess they got the permission of Nintendo North America, or they got Game Freak's permission to use the sprites, and they filmed a really awesome commercial focusing around Google Maps and a new feature that they added to it. Basically, you can find Pokemon now in your Google Maps app on your Android and iPhone. And it's pretty funny. It's not quite as detailed as they went into in the commercial, but it's pretty cool. I mean, you can find Pokemon all over the place. I actually found... Oh, what was the last one that I found? I found a Togepi somewhere in Orlando.
Yeah, well, I did find a Sableye at Disney World, so...
I didn't find any at Disney World.
Magic Kingdom, there was a Sableye in Magic Kingdom.
Huh.
There's also a Snorlax in the Vatican. That was kind of entertaining.
So someone else is sleeping in the Vatican. That's great. It's not just the Pope.
But anyways, so the commercial was very cool. It had like an augmented reality thing where people were like going across the globe and like looking through their phones as if it were like augmented reality, and like they'd look in a cave through their phones and all of a sudden Charizard would pop out and they would jerk their phone towards it to throw a Pokeball, and it looked really, really cool. Now obviously Boatman said that there's not a lot of it's not nearly as complex when in the actual thing, but you can actually do it. Is kind of entertaining. Basically, it's only for iOS and Android. It's only for the mobile, but you can Google search different places, usually like popular landmarks and stuff, and look for Pokemon. And when you do, you just tap on it, and then you tap a little button that says capture. And the idea is to go around the globe to different places and capture 150 of them. Not the original 150, oddly enough, but 150 of them. And the challenge was, if you catch all of the Pokemon, then you get to go, they'll fly you over to Google where you can compete for the job of Pokemon Master. And I actually caught all 150 of them. I spent a lot of time.
I call BNS.
I will put a disclaimer here. I don't remember what my number was, but I'm actually being fully serious here. I found about 110 to 120 of them by myself without any help whatsoever, and I'm not joking about that. The other ones I did look up on the internet because it had just taken me so long, and it was like last night. So I was just like, screw it, I want to find the rest of them. So I found all 150, but I found about 110, 120 of them all by myself. But there is another little kink in the plan, which I have not actually discovered yet, nor will I probably. But there are actually 151 Pokemon for you to catch. One is not listed, and can you guess, Boatman, what that Pokemon is?
Is it Mew?
It is Mew.
I know, because I saw one of my favorite YouTubers actually caught Mew. And posted to Facebook, and he was like, I caught Mew. Meh.
Yeah. The thing about it is the thing that's different with Mew than other Pokemon that you have to catch is Mew's random. Like, nobody really is sure how it works yet. Like, everybody's been trying to figure out how it works. Because some people have been able to find Mew in certain places while others have not. And so basically the theory is that Mew is in a few static places where he doesn't move around or anything, but for each person he may be in a different spot.
Right.
So there have been a lot of places online where they've been mapping where different people have found them, because a lot of people have found them in specific spots. So there's a lot of duplicates that have found them, but it kind of randomizes between each person, so I won't necessarily find it in the same place that Boatman would if he were to find it. So that makes it really difficult to find because they don't know all of the different places he could be. So I haven't found him yet, and I don't think I will, unfortunately, because I've looked at like all of the points that I've seen people find them at, and I have not found him.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It It really is, because I mean, I would feel really accomplished if I had found him, because while I did like look up the Pokemon to try and find them, it's still like, even if you look up Mew to try and find him, I spent probably about 2 or 3 hours looking for Mew.
That sounds like a wasted evening. Honestly.
It really does. It really does. I mean, I wasted a lot of time on that app, but by the same token, I had a lot of fun with it. I mean, it was pointless. I didn't gain anything. Of course, they're not actually going to have a Pokemon Master Challenge, although that, knowing Google, they may actually.
Yeah, they might actually do that. Because remember, if we all remember, Gmail was actually launched on April Fool's Day one year.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where it's like, I wasted a lot of time on this for nothing. Yeah. But at the same time, I had a lot of fun, and I actually feel like it sounds really cheesy, but I actually felt like I traveled the world to catch Pokemon. Like, I feel, even though the gameplay mechanics aren't there, I feel almost even more accomplished doing that than playing the game, because I feel like I actually traveled across like the entire world just searching for Pokemon.
So Stache, guess what?
What?
Segue, and can you guess what hasn't been updated in 4 years and actually got updated yesterday or today? One of the two.
Would that be... let me think. That's a tough one. I'm going to go with... the Hillary Duff movie.
You're a horrible guesser. No, it's Homestar Runner.
The sequel to the Hillary Duff movie.
What Hillary Duff movie are you on about?
The Hillary Duff movie.
Which one?
I'm sorry, Lizzie McGuire. My bad.
Oh.
I meant Lizzie McGuire. Hillary Duff, Lizzie McGuire. They're the same person.
Only not in any way. They're an actress. Not exactly a person. Whatever. So HomestarRunner.com got updated, and it freaked me out because I went on the website just out of the blue because I enjoy watching the old videos.
I do too.
And it's weird because you go on the website and everything looks like all disheveled. So if you haven't been to Homestar Runner before and you don't know the history, basically the Chaps brothers have this Flash series that started off as a single cartoon and became a really, not necessarily gigantically massive thing, but it's got a good cult following on the internet.
It was one of those things where if you were a kid in the early 2000s and you had access to the internet, you probably knew about Homestar Runner, and it was probably a big part of your childhood, because I know it was a big part of mine.
Yeah, it was to the point where basically Jimmy and I would watch. We would watch Strong Bad Emails, and we would text each other about them afterwards.
Oh yes,
kind of funny. Of course, that was back when I had a flip phone.
Yeah, I mean, it was. We would always constantly reminisce, and then sometime in like 2010. They stopped updating. It just completely stopped, and the brothers Chaps were like, "Well, we've got other jobs now." One of them actually works with Nickelodeon, doing different things. Actually, I think he works on Gravity Falls now. I think I read.
Huh.
He worked on Yo Gabba Gabba, the Aqua Teen.
Aqua Team?
No, Aquabats. I was about to say Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but no, completely different. Aquabats. Yeah. Well, big difference. And certain things like that. And so they got busy, and they just never updated the site, and it hasn't seen as much as a whisper since 2010. We were actually hinted at a script for a new cartoon sometime in the middle, but nothing ever happened.
Yeah, it was weird too, because it was like I think it went up on one of their Twitters, and then there was nothing that came out of it.
Exactly. So it was really kind of sad. And then just randomly out of the blue this year for April Fool's Day, they decided to update the site and put another cartoon up. And it's a decently long cartoon. It's not like super short, but I mean it's one of their shorter ones, but it's a good, hopefully it's a good start. Like, I'm hoping that they'll come back every so often and maybe add a tune here or there, because it's something that I really missed.
Well, and it's something that it's something that's nostalgic from our childhood, but not something like a TV show that's, oh, it has some resolution. This had no resolution. This was just literally dropped, and that I think made it all the worse for fans, because it was like, well, what happened? Nothing.
It was one of those things where it actually did get a video game, Strong Bad's Cool Game for Attractive People, or Strong Bad's Game for Cool and Attractive People, I think is what it was actually. SBCG4AP was its abbreviation.
SBCG, yeah, it was a cool game for attractive people.
Yeah, that's right. And so, I mean, that's kind of where it ended. It kind of ended around there. I think the last cartoon was its last thing, but it ended around the same time that it got a video game that was like on the Wii and on the computer. You could get it on the Wii and you could get it on the PC, and it was made by Telltale.
I think you can still get it on Steam too, which is funny.
Yeah, I think you can, and it's a really good game. I have all of them on the Wii. It was great. It was like in 5 episodes, I think.
Right.
4 or 5. But yeah, I was blown away. Boatman actually texted me earlier and was like, they updated the site, and I just got so excited. And as soon as I got to my computer, because all I had on me was my iPhone, and guess what? It's a site that completely revolves around Flash, so I couldn't see anything. And then I get on there, and then all of a sudden it's like, what happened to the website? Because it looks like the splash page looks all like falling apart, and then they make fun of it, and it's kind of funny, the fact that they haven't been updating in like 3-4 years.
It's awful. It's not funny at all. It's awful.
It really is awful, but it was just funny because the entire cartoon was about Homestar saying, "Oh, it's time to update things because it's been so long." You know?
almost sarcastically, like, really, people.
And then, like, at the end, it's like, how often do we want to do this? Every 3 years? Every 5 years? Every 50 years?
Nah.
The one thing I did notice, though, and I'm gonna say this, now we're getting into like pure talking about Homestar Runner, but did you notice the computer that Strongbad was using?
Yeah, he wasn't using the Comp A. He was using a I think he was using I don't even remember the model name. He was using an older computer.
Yeah, I just thought that was really odd because all of a sudden he had his old, an old computer again, even though he had finally like gotten a new computer.
Right.
So I was a little confused with that.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I'm like, what happened to the Comp A?
Because the running joke is that Strongbad has always been way behind in technology, and I don't think it's that it takes place in an earlier time. It's just that the joke is that he always has this extremely outdated technology, and then just recently, before it, like the show stopped, he had a super fancy computer finally after all these years. Because it used to be it ran specifically on like MS-DOS.
Yeah. And of course now he's got the new Windows 98
the new Windows 98
startup. Oh jeez. Oh boy. And then they ended it off with recording Homestar's Windows 98 theme.
Yeah.
Too nice. So. Too good.
Yeah. So go check that out if you didn't know, because it's kind of awesome. And here's to hoping that the Brothers Chaps will update the site every once in a while, because I know that we are really eager to see more. Not that we're pushing to see more like most fans probably would, like that we're like bugging them, but that we would just love to see something every once in a while, because we kind of got discouraged after 3 years and not hearing a thing.
Right. So the Brothers Chaps, if you are watching this, if by some miracle this reaches your ears, please, Homestar needs you. Strongbad needs you. We need you.
Strongbad freaking needs you, alright? I don't know. Strongbad's a fun voice to do. I can't do it. I can't do it perfectly, but I can do it okay.
I haven't done My Strong Bad or Senor or Hamzar voices in so long I'm out of practice. I don't even remember what they sound like.
Oh, yeah. I'm Mr. Boatman. I think it's time we ended the show.
You forget, Sonor Card Gauge does not have that big a grasp on the English language. But
That's true. I'm talking way too cleanly for Sonor Card Gauge. Okay, all right. How about? Oh gosh, my microphone was way too loud.
And I just overdrive. I think I've been overdriving my mic a little bit this time out, but that's okay.
How about we close out the shower, Plucky? I don't know. That wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be.
Not quite. Oh, well. Well, thank you for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, a rating would be much appreciated. And if you do want to see more of this, please do remember to subscribe.
Yes, please hit that hit that subscribe button. Actually, you can hit that like button. I forget. I don't know how YouTube works anymore. YouTube changes constantly. I never know. Hit the gargle black button too, because I'm sure that's a thing now.
All right, well, we will see you guys in the next show. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.